right. Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, depending where you are. My name is Danielle, and I'm the marketing manager over here at 888 VoIP. So thank you so much for joining us on our joint webinar today with Sennheiser, where we'll be discussing the SDW5000 series. Just a little bit before we transition into the webinar, I just want to go over a few housekeeping items. So if you have any questions throughout the entirety of our webinar, please feel free to use the questions tab in your side dashboard panel. You'll see that down on the underneath webcam audio as well on that dashboard. So please use that for any questions. If you're having any issues hearing audio, any issues with the deck, please let us know in there. We will be monitoring that throughout the entirety of our webinar. Also, as per the email and the landing page, we will also be giving away 2 different goodies today. We will be giving away a Presence UC and an SP20. So we will be contacting 2 attendees after the webinar with some information on the prize that they have won. So please, stay throughout the full webinar and you will be able to win one of those 2 devices. So as I said, I am from 888 VoIP, and hopefully you are familiar with us, but if you are not, 888 VoIP is a value-added VoIP distributor of hardware and software solutions, and we are a Sennheiser partner, obviously. And if you have any questions at any point after the webinar, please feel free to reach out to 888 VoIP. We would love to talk to you about any Sennheiser product. We would love to go over with you what Sennheiser device we think would be best for your customers or with solutions that you happen to sell. So like I said, get in touch with us. You can contact your 888 VoIP sales rep directly. And if you do not have one and want to get, in with us and become an 888 VoIP partner, we can be reached at 888-864-7786, or we can also be emailed at sales@888voip.com. Our contact information is also in the email that you would have received to sign up for this webinar. So I'm going to hand over the webinar to Doug Bowersox, who is the sales director over at Sennheiser, and enjoy.
Great, thank you very much. Welcome everybody. I appreciate everybody taking the time out of their busy schedules to attend this. It will be fairly short and sweet. Hopefully it'll be informational. Any questions, you can text those in through the chat. We'll open it up at the end for some voice questions as well. And we can always follow up with 888 VoIP or one of the Sennheiser reps to answer any of those questions at a later time if need be. So excited. What we're presenting today is our introduction to the new Sennheiser SDW5000. For those of you that are not aware of Sennheiser, it is not necessarily a prominent name in the United States. In EMEA and the APAC, most definitely well known. But for Sennheiser here in the US, we are raising brand awareness, raising product awareness. For those that do know Sennheiser, they generally know us for premium audio. We have a pair of $55,000 headphones as far as that premium benchmark. I mean, I would be divorced if I brought home a pair of those. But in the introduction, you see, yes, we've tried it. We've been doing audio for 70 plus years. So there is a difference. When you put on a headset is not necessarily just a headset. Would like to think that we bring an oh wow factor once a user puts on a Sennheiser headset. There is a difference in audio quality. We're your one audio solution. There's a couple of companies out there that have merged recently that can claim the same type of divisions or portfolio matching. I like to think at the end of the day, it does come down to that premium sound. So with the Sennheiser solutions, we have personal communications. That's our telephony headsets, our personal speakerphones. We have meeting and conference room solutions from just a personal portable speakerphone all the way up to the boardroom and the auditorium. These include ceiling mics. They include portable conferencing solutions. So make sure if you have any clients that are struggling with the audio within their boardroom or their conference room, we probably have a solution for that. And presentation systems as well. So the handheld microphones, in the board meetings, in the education segment. So anything and everything audio for that end user, for that enterprise customer, Sennheiser should be in consideration for those. So we're going to focus today on the DECT wireless portfolio, more importantly, our new SDW5000. Today in our DECT portfolio, we have the D10, which is a single connect, meaning I can connect this to my PC, or I can connect it to a desktop telephone. Two different SKUs you have to specify. Customer needs it for a via desk phone or whatever it might be, or I'm using it on a soft phone. So you would order the D10 specific to your customer's requirement, that being a soft phone or that being a desk phone. The SD series has been a superstar product for us for a few years now. This is a dual connect, connects to the PC as well as a desktop telephone. So where Sennheiser has been lacking over the last several years is we didn't have a 3-in-1 solution. So open the window, draw the curtains. It is the SDW5000. So this particular product will connect to the PC. It will connect to the desktop telephone, and now it will pair to mobile devices as well, and then some. So you will see quite a unique offering on the SDW. It is more of a personal communications hub. It is what you want it to be, and there is truly nothing like it in the marketplace, in the industry. So let's take a look. Why? Well, you know, the key market trends in the open space environment, they're looking for flexibility. So what we're bringing is the ability, of course, the 3-in-1 solution, connecting to 3 devices simultaneously and multiple devices. Voice interaction is ever so important. We're knocking down walls, open concept offices. Well, we forgot about the noise that's being introduced by knocking down the cubes and getting everybody sitting around a joint table. Security has always been an issue. With the SDW, we've raised the security factors and very appealing to the financial segments and in the government GovEd sector. So at the end of the day, it's about productivity. It is a productivity tool. It's not just a headset anymore. Our target groups, the call centers, giving whether it's a large call center, small call center, the density factors with wireless DECT products, we do very well. At the end of the day, you can only stuff so many wires through a conduit, right? So the same thing applies in a DECT or in a wireless environment. We can only have so much wireless activity. We have a number of white sheets on our websites. You know, basically, for me personally, 75 units or less, I'm usually not too concerned about density issues. Of course, you know, there always could be, but generally, as a general rule for me, when I'm prospecting, 75 and less of any of our D10, our SD, or now our new SDW, I'm very comfortable with that recommendation. I think our white paper states about 120 in a fairly open environment, fairly confined environment, but we have the ability to adjust things. We can turn the power down, we can change the frequency, go from narrow band to wide band. You know, it's important to mention as well, we have the full support services for you. We will help you sell our products, whether it be from our area sales managers that are in that specific territory, or our field sales engineers. They can go in advance and do a pre-survey of that site to make sure that we're going to be successful there, and we can make alternative recommendations, mix and match products, whatever we might need to do. So, make sure you lean on us a little bit. Let us do a little bit of the hard lifting for you. So, our target groups here, of course, are the call centers, the office workers, the executives, and now even more so the IT managers. With the bullet point for the IT managers, it's the raised security now with the SDW product, but it's also some of our software offerings. We have a software product called HeadSetup Pro, which allows them to manage the workplace. They can remotely administer all of our DECT and Bluetooth and USB products. But they can also track assets. It's an asset manager. It's push upgrades and firmware updates. So from their desktop or even from your desktop, this could be something you guys could sell as a service, managing your clientele's devices from there. So we like to think we're meeting the future prepared here. So what we're looking at on the screen currently is our SDW5016. So with this, as I mentioned earlier, more like a communications hub. So it's giving you complete and total flexibility. The superior sound. So I am using the SDW5000 right now. What is very cool about this is today on a DECT product, a traditional DECT product, if you were to stream music as an example, it's sort of like you're listening to AM radio. DECT was never meant for the streaming of music or videos. It was a lackluster experience. Now with our super wideband, we will actually offer and can actually offer true stereo sound from a DECT headset. So unfortunately, right now we don't have the dual ear available. It's only available in our convertible style. But even on my convertible style streaming music, it's phenomenal. An absolute huge difference. So we're, towards the end of the year, we'll release the dual ear version of that, and you will have true stereo sound from a DECT headset. Higher productivity. We've got a built-in busy lamp in the headset now. That's something that has been asked of us for a couple of years now. So we do listen, and we've put these little small features and customer requests along the way into our new products. And of course, with the new enhanced security, just the highest level, highest security protocol is now available. So looking at the image provided to the far right, this is a 3-in-1, not only a 3-in-1 base, PC, desk phone, and mobile phone, but also 3-in-1 wearing styles. So comes with all three. The headband, very comfortable, leatherette ear pad on the end of that, or I can wear it over the ear. And right now, I just started wearing this the last couple of days, and I absolutely love it. I did not like it at first. When I first unboxed this a few weeks ago, I thought that was not going to be a winner, but I've been wearing this neckband the last couple days, and I absolutely love it. So all three versions, all three styles are available in the box. So as an example of the flexibility as a communications hub, I mentioned that we can connect to the PC and the desk phone and now two mobile devices simultaneously. So in my case, in my home office, I have a personal mobile phone and I have a business mobile phone. I can pair both of those devices to my SDW5000. That is done via the dongle. So we do this a little differently. We have a USB, a communications USB port on the side of our base. By adding our dongle, now the 5016 includes the dongle. We also have the 5015 that is just a USB port, no dongle. But in the case of the 5016, I can use my dongle. I can pair 2 mobile devices simultaneously. So whether my personal cell phone rings or my business cell phone rings, I can use my SDW headset to answer that call. Now, let's spice it up a little bit. Let's say I do not need to pair my mobile device, or I have I prefer to wear one of our full-sized headsets, or maybe when I come in the morning, I'm wearing my mobile Bluetooth, of which this Presence UC that I'm circling right now is one of our giveaways. Well, I could use one of our Bluetooth headsets as my primary headset. So I can make, take, and answer calls with the headset of choice. Now, I cannot pair my mobile phone and my mobile headset. It's either or. But I can pair 2 mobile Bluetooth headsets, Sennheiser, or 2 mobile devices to a single dongle. I can't do 1 mobile phone and 1 mobile headset. It's either or, but just complete flexibility. Or maybe I want to plug in one of our speaker phones, USB port on the side of our SDW base, plugging in our SP10 or SP20. I have a choice of communications. I can use whatever headset I feel in the mood to use at that point in time. Pretty sweet. Couple of the scenarios of the total flexibility. So as I kind of just explained, maybe I'm a sales rep and I prefer just to use my Bluetooth headset. It's our MB660, it's our MB Pro, or it's our Presence Bluetooth headset. Or I can use the headset that it came with, the SDW headset, or in the case of saving money, maybe I'm just using the base as a communications hub, and the workforce comes in. It's a universal desk. I plug in a USB headset, or I plug in, again, one of my Bluetooth headsets. So I just complete flexibility for the user. And it's conferencing across the devices. So in a scenario, I'm in a call center. My supervisor could walk up with a Sennheiser USB headset, plug into the side of my base, into the USB port, and join the call for support and assist. They can listen to the customer, they can hear me, they can see my screen, they're at my desk, they can coach. So it's just a tremendous amount of flexibility that we offer with this solution. Now, I mentioned the ability for true stereo sound. That is super wideband. So basically, you'll see the frequency ranges at the bottom. Narrowband, which is our traditional TDM phone systems and audio from that. The wideband is what most of us are used to now on IP side. And now Sennheiser has introduced super wideband. In addition to that, we've got 2 active microphones performing noise canceling. So right now, my TV in the background is at 12. I'm going to turn this up to 54. And you guys pretty confident. I'm going to rotate. I'm going to do a full circle. And I'm pretty confident that you guys are hearing nothing other than me. So TV maxed out at 55, bring that back down to 10. The 2 microphone noise canceling is incredible. I've test drove this many a times in many a places. It's just phenomenal. The only thing that is heard is the person that is actively talking into the headset. Daniela, hopefully you can help me with this, because I am not sure if these examples will play through here or not. So maybe you can give me a heads up if you are hearing these. So the noise canceling examples here. First of all, let's listen to what a traditional or everyday DECT headset will sound like. This is wideband.
I'm not hearing anything on my side, Doug.
Not hearing that? Okay, so sorry, guys. No. These are actually, I believe they are up on our website. Good, real recordings. Kind of shows you the difference between the sound of narrowband, wideband, and super wideband. Huge difference. I like to tell people that with a Sennheiser headset, it's sort of like being in a broadcast booth. So we're bringing a broadcast booth quality to the desktop, and that's really what it's like. If you've ever been in a well-engineered sound room, putting on a couple of headsets, it's just you and your customer, you and that person that you're speaking with in a private cone of silence. So I would encourage you guys to browse our website a little bit and listen to those examples. Also offered on the SDW, there's more, is integrated busy lamp. As I said, a busy light on the headset itself. It shows various colors depending on if you're available or not available. We also have an optional busy lamp. So this plugs into the back of our base. Fairly long cord. I imagine it's close to probably 8 feet long. Not sure. My apologies. But they can place that, on top of their cubicle, on top of their display monitor, whatever it might be. So mine is showing red right now because I am in this conference, in this webinar. I mentioned the Head Setup Pro Manager. So we have additional settings that can be made on the SDW headset. One of them is a sensor. So my headset could be on the desk. My phone rings. I can lift up my headset. It will automatically answer the call, and vice versa. When I put it down, it will hang up and disconnect the call. As far as range goes, if any of you have experienced the D10 or the SD series, I haven't had anybody tell me that we haven't outdistanced the competitor. Great range on this product, and the same thing applies on the SDW. Just super long range with high quality audio. Now, the other cool thing here is call merging. So imagine being on a soft phone call, your desk phone rings. I can bridge the two callers into the same call. And to top it off, now my cell phone rings. I could merge my cell phone into that same conversation, all from the SDW base, without audio loss. Kind of like your own personal portable conference bridge. So I can merge those three devices onto the single headset, single call. Flexibility for the executive. I may have started my call on the speakerphone with a group of folks in the room with me, but then I need to go private. I can simply lift up my SDW headset and switch the call over to a private mode. So let's take a look at the base itself. On the base, we've got individual buttons for the various activities. So I've got the headset battery status. 4 bars tells me I'm completely charged. Now in super wideband mode, we're looking at just about 7 hours. We could switch that, go 8+ hours with wideband, or up to 12 hours in narrowband mode. So lots of flexibility. We still have the half charge feature in 20 minutes. So if I go on break and I remember to put my headset back on the cradle, I should come back to a completely charged headset. So talk time should never be an issue with a Sennheiser, any Sennheiser DECT headset. Dedicated mute button is available on the base. These do eliminate the proper colors, red for mute. And then the touch buttons for call control. So I've got my PC, I've got my desk phone, and my mobile device. The multi-function button allows me to transfer calls between the devices. So if I start the call off on my SDW headset and I want to switch it over to my Presence headset, that would be the button I would use, or switch it over to my speakerphone. Also allows me to pause and play music through there as well, whether it's music from my computer or music from my cell phone. The busy lamp accessory, as I mentioned, plugs into the back, and then our USB port to the right-hand side of the base. Looking at the headset, the busy light, volume up, volume down, and the mute button is a rocker switch for the volume, and simple press in, press out for the mute. Our call control, our answer and ending of calls right there on our logo. It does include voice prompts. Those voice prompts can be activated or deactivated, but they are pretty handy. And then, as I mentioned, the various wearing styles. So over the head, neckband, and over the ear. Okay, so one of the things, especially in the financial vertical, obviously is security. One of the things we have done on all of our DECT portfolio, the D10, the SD, and now the SDW, is the protected pairing. So for us, the most susceptible time to grab a signal or to break in is during the pairing process. That is virtually eliminated with us because it is done at the base. We don't do it over the air. So you have to dock your headset into the base for the secure pairing of our headsets. We've enhanced to 128-bit security on this. We've received the DECT security certification from the DECT forum. And then there's even additional advanced security settings in the Headset Up Pro Manager. So looking at where our product falls on the pricing category, as I mentioned, there's two initial products, the SDW5016 and 5015. The 5016 includes the dongle. That has a street price MSRP of $409. Our part number for that is 506592, in stock at 888 VoIP. And then our 5015 is a 507016, and that retail suggested MSRP on that is $379. All of our products, guys, have at least a 2-year warranty. The same thing applies with the SDW. So 2-year warranty. It's a huge differentiator for us. We are confident in our product enough that we don't see stacks of broken Sennheiser headsets. So your customer will show a very valid return on investment and lowest total cost of ownership in the long run. So a couple of things that we have going on in the channel right now is an end user promotion, a buy 5 of the 5015s. Now the 5015s do not include the dongle. Get one free. This is kind of a trade-in program. So we would take 5 competitive wired or wireless headsets. So if they're using an old Plantronics Encore headset, wired, we'll still offer that trade-in value for that. So whether it's wireless or wired for Plantronics and Jabra competitive headsets. For the 5016, buy 6, get one free, and again, trade in a competitive wired or wireless headset. Some ongoing incentives that we have, if any of you are selling into the GovEd sector, 17% off to the reseller for any government type sales. So basically that is a price reduction that we offer 888 VoIP. They've agreed to pass that on to you, the reseller. Our NFR program, 55% off MSRP. This is any of our products sold at 888 VoIP for a 55% discount. This is not for resale. This is for your own personal use. Maybe it's our MB660, maybe it's Presence Bluetooth, whatever it might be, 55% off of those products. The most popular wireless headset in the world, folks, is the Plantronics CS540, hands down. More of those are sold globally than any other wireless headset. A couple years ago, Sennheiser released the D10. The D10 was our answer to the CS540. We have now since cut the price of the D10 quite a bit. So I encourage you guys to get pricing from 888 VoIP on our D10. It's a super headset. It's going to outprice the CS540, and it's going to offer you much better margins as compared to the CS540. So I'd encourage you to request a price on the D10. And then the other program we have is our deal registration. So this is a portal that you log on to, or you don't need to log on to it. You just go to a landing page, you fill out some information on a prospect, and then we offer you up to a 15% exclusive discount. So we agree for 6 months to close it and a year of extended pricing. You would have a price advantage on that named end user. No other discounts would be offered to that particular end user for what works out to be well over a year's time frame. So nice little incentive for you to try to position some new business with Sennheiser. Whoops. So in conclusion, meeting the future prepared, guys. The SDW is offering you total flexibility. So whether they want to wear the headset over their ear, over their head, around their neck, if they choose, they can use a Bluetooth headset on the SDW base. Think about, I was at an account, I don't even know where I was, up in Northern California, and the millennials were in there. They had an old Toshiba phone system. They all had full-sized audio headphones on, listening to music while they worked. Then they would switch over to throw down their headphone and answer their CS540 on their Toshiba phone. Now, with the SDW base, I could give them an MB660, connect it to the legacy Toshiba phone system, and they could listen to music and answer calls from the same headset. Pretty cool. So there's lots of that out there. So just focus on the SDW as a communications hub. The superior sound, once you hear what the SDW sounds like, why settle? It's an awesome headset, awesome sound for both you and the folks that you're talking to. Higher productivity, the busy lamp, nobody's going to be barging in on you, and now with the higher security. So we've tried to address a number of market issues and demands, and I think we've done a pretty good job doing that now. So that is what I got today, guys. Hopefully that was fairly painless. You learned a little bit. Hopefully I caught your interest on the topic of the SDW5000. And now, let's see if there's any questions or comments. So I'm looking at a couple questions here. A lot of questions. Sorry, guys. So Brian asks, at some point, could you compare Hang on, let me make this a little easier to look at. Sorry guys, technical difficulties getting the little panel big enough to even read this thing. All right, so Brian asks, at some point, could you compare the SDW to the Plantronics Savvy series? Well, what we've done here, Brian, you know, the market demand for us has always been a 3-in-1 solution. Sometimes, often, we could not compete because a customer would insist on having all 3 points of connectivity. The obvious one answer to that is we now offer that 3-in-1 connectivity, but we've gone a step further. And the examples that I gave you was, you know, being able to use a Bluetooth headset, being able to use a USB headset, and even using a speakerphone from the dock of my base, especially in today's world of soft phones. Nobody wants to talk to you from your speaker and mic built into your computer. It's not very cool. Now I can, again, deliver high quality audio from a Sennheiser SP10 or SP20 speakerphone connected to my SDW base, giving that customer complete flexibility from his desktop. Hopefully that helps answer it. As far as warranty, better warranty, 1 year more with the SDW than compared to the Savvy. Talk time is better. Replaceable batteries, longer range, all the bullet points that we typically do. At the end of the day, it's you got to experience it. The customer needs to experience it. We will help place samples. If you ever have an opportunity, we will most definitely help you get a sample or two into a customer to try to win and persuade them that this solution truly is the better solution for them. Okay. Michael asks, is Doug using one of these headsets right now? Yes, Michael, I am. So hopefully this sounds okay. Robert, is there a demo program on the SDW5016? The demo program in place would really apply to our NFR program. So yes, that would apply to this. So whatever 55% off of 409 or 379 is. Ernest, a couple questions from you here, buddy. How many USB ports are on the base station? There is only one active USB port, or only one USB port. That can also be used for charging. It is locked down though. It is, you can't plug a Plantronics USB headset into it. You can only plug in a Sennheiser headset or your charger to charge your cell phone, whatever it might be. Couple comments, no sound here on the demo. I think that's when I did the TV thing, hopefully. Virtual audio, thank you, Michael. All right, Jamie asks, what model of phones do you make EHS cables for to work with SDW? Does not appear to be on my favorites. The only one that you put in there, Digium, is one that we do not have it for. Virtually everybody else. Obviously, the majors we have covered, the Ciscos and the Avayas and the, but we go from Plantronics, Polycom. We've got a very large majority of phones covered. Digium kind of dropped off our radar in the last year or so. Not to say we won't do one for Digium, but would love your input on that, on where you see that one playing in the market. How many headsets are required for deal registration? We say on the form 50, but we are lenient there, Robert. So the opportunity, bring it forward. We'll definitely work with you and most definitely look at getting you some sort of pricing advantage there. Part of that deal registration process is the ability to be gifted an MB660. that's kind of where the 50 rule came in. So, you know, if we close the deal for 50 or more, you get you win an MB660. But we are flexible, so most definitely don't let you know, 20 or even 10 headsets prevent you from trying to register that. What is your promo for the earbud with this set? Chet, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that one. Sorry about that. And Gabriel asks, how is connected to the desk phone, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or USB? So the desk phone, depending on the desk phone, Gabriel, the first choice would be an EHS cable so that we don't burn our USB port. So an EHS cable to the back of our base. If the phone does support USB for communications, then yes, you could in fact take our base directly to that USB port of that phone, or Bluetooth even. If the phone supports Bluetooth, you would have to have our dongle, but you could pair that dongle to the Bluetooth phone. Chet wants to test a couple of these. Contact your rep at 888 VoIP and they'll work with us to make sure that you get a couple, all right? Travis asks, can these connect via Bluetooth to an IP phone in order to make and take phone calls? Absolutely. As long as that Bluetooth, or as long as that IP phone supports Bluetooth. I haven't ran into any phones on the market that have Bluetooth built in that we do not have complete call control with. Haven't seen it yet. And Michael would I be able to buy these demo eval? Yes, part of our NFR program. And then Digium and Yealink would be great. Yealink we have covered, Digium not so much. So I think I covered all the questions there. Danielle, you have some other briefings and news? Danielle?
No, that sounds great. Just a heads up that we have recorded this webinar, so if you want to share it with anyone or you want to rewatch it, we will be posting it on our YouTube page shortly. And we will be following up with you after, like I said, for whomever won, and I will send up a follow-up email about the the devices that we talked about today and that link for the on-demand webinar. So you can look for that from us.
Great, thank you very much. Everybody, I appreciate the attendance today. As I said in the opening, I know it's hard to slice out any time of day, but it is much appreciated, and thank you.
Yes, thanks everyone. Have a great day.